Folks, it's the buyer's market at Stivers Lincoln Mercury, especially on 40 brand new 93 Mercury Capri convertibles. For $11,988 or $199 a month, you get air conditioning, power steering and brakes, airbag, AM/FM with cassette, speed control, power windows, and GO wheels. Folks, an absolutely loaded convertible for $11,988. We're downtown and on the Merle Hay Auto Mile.
Stivers Lincoln Mercury.
Healthy all over. Feeling good, good, so good, so good. Feeling healthy all over.
Feel as good as you look with AE's Healthy All Over Skim Milk. It'll give your whole body a boost.
Feeling good, that's myself. So good, it's a part of my health. Feeling good, good, feeling healthy all over.
I'm Linda Ellerby. These are some friends. This is Nick News. This program is about something near to us. We call it Earth, and we're ruining it.
Join Linda Ellerby and a group of kids from around the country as Nickelodeon sponsors Kids World Council Month.
First, Letters to the Earth kicks off the weekend as 10 kids present their own video letters about problems hurting our planet.
Then Linda Ellerby wraps up the conference with a Nick special edition highlighting the weekend's accomplishments.
Tune in April 17th to the 22nd to Nick and TCI Cablevision. You owe it to the planet. TCI Cablevision presents a musical extravaganza on the Family Channel and the Disney Channel.
First, catch the legendary Roy Orbison in one of his last concert appearances on the Family Channel.
Then, the Disney Channel presents Ringo Starr on and off stage in the hit musical series Going Home.
And all I want to do is boogie.
Get ready to boogaloo with great tunes this May on TCI Cablevision.
This is CNN.
Presidents Clinton and Boris Yeltsin hold their first summit. Instead of flashing arms, they're talking money. But will Boris Yeltsin get the boost he needs?
And once again, a UN relief convoy is turned back in Bosnia as sick and hungry Muslims wait. But will the UN take action against the Serbs?
From CNN, this is The World Today with David French in Washington and Andrea Arceneaux at CNN Center in Atlanta.
Thanks for joining us. President Clinton and Russian President Boris Yeltsin are in Canada for their first summit. And at any minute now, they are expected to finish their first one-on-one meeting. CNN World Affairs correspondent Ralph Begleiter joins us now from Vancouver with the latest. Ralph.
David, Bill Clinton has begun his first summit with the Russian leader here in Vancouver, while aides to both men are holding separate talks on the fringes of the summit. Boris Yeltsin arrived for the Vancouver summit in a drenching rain, trying to shed the image of an outdated, politically battered leader. Bill Clinton arrived trying to assume the image of an international leader ready to bail out a friend he barely knows.
Too much can be bad because it would be used by the communists to target us. The opposition is going to say in that case that we are going to be enshackled by the West.
For Mr. Clinton, the Vancouver summit is partly a sales job to persuade Americans helping Russia is not a waste of money.
I think that the kinds of things we propose to do are likely to have lasting and tangible impact and will minimize, the way we propose to do it will minimize the chance that the money will be squandered.
The Clinton administration hopes Vancouver will prime the pump for Russia, launching a flood of aid by the time Western industrial nation finance and foreign ministers meet in Tokyo in about 2 weeks. Mr. Clinton's staff took pains to arrange some classic upbeat TV images for their boss and Mr. Yeltsin before the two leaders got down to business in their first formal meeting. Aides say Mr. Clinton hopes to quickly establish a strong personal relationship with his Kremlin counterpart to encourage Russia's cooperation on issues ranging from the war in Bosnia to controlling the spread of nuclear and conventional weapons technology. The tete-a-tete meeting is underway right now. Aides say they expect Presidents Clinton and Yeltsin to talk mostly about the economic assistance plan the West has in store for Russia. CNN White House correspondent Jill Daugherty is standing by outside the University of British Columbia home where Presidents Clinton and Yeltsin are meeting right now. Jill, if we can call on you, I just want to mention we might cut you off if the two leaders come out after the end of their meeting and decide to make remarks, so don't be offended if we do that. But let me ask you, if you were in Moscow just last week when Mr. Yeltsin was going through one of the toughest political crises he's been through, and now you've had a chance to speak with him and see him firsthand here in Vancouver. Is there a comparison? Is there a contrast? I'm sorry, I guess we do have a technical problem with that. In that case, we'll try to solve that one. And in the meantime, talk with former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, Robert Strauss, who is with me here in Vancouver. You have the same sort of experience. You've had a chance to have meetings with Mr. Yeltsin, one-on-one meetings, personal relationships. Can you establish a personal relationship with someone so quickly with whom you don't even speak the same language?
Well, I think if the chemistry's there, you can. I think the chemistry between these two men there, I think this time together is maybe the most important thing that will come out of this summit for either one of them.
How is it that you can get close to Boris Yeltsin? He seems something of a distant man for those of us who haven't had a chance to get close to him.
It's funny, Boris Yeltsin, one day I received a call in my office, and this fellow in Boris Yeltsin's office and said, Mr. Ambassador, President Yeltsin would like it very much if you would invite him over for dinner, he and Mrs. Yeltsin. And I said, well, I'd be glad to. When? And he said, what about tomorrow night? And I said, fine. And sure enough, at 6 o'clock the next evening, President and Mrs. Yeltsin came to the house, and I'd been in Russia then, 6 months, I guess, and had seen a great deal of him. But as he got in the door, he said to me, you know, Mr. Ambassador, I thought it'd be good if you practice a little Russian diplomacy and me a little American diplomacy, and we practiced on each other in your home, and our wives had a chance to meet. And we had a marvelous evening, and our relationship was much closer after that, and it made our business relationship flow better.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Can Bill Clinton count on, after he has this kind of a chat with Boris Yeltsin today, will he be able to pick up the phone? He's already done that,
yes.
Spoken with Yeltsin, but when the crisis emerges, as it inevitably will, does it make a difference?
Of course it does. President Bush had no relationship really with Boris Yeltsin until they were together at Camp David, and they established a personal relationship there. It stood both presidents in both countries, and indeed the world in good stead while he was in office. President Clinton will leave here with the same kind of relationship, in my judgment. This meeting will stand him in good stead. President Yeltsin is a warm fellow. He's big, and he's tough, and he's gruff, but he's also warm and sensitive, and I've seen him with my children and grandchildren, great-grandchild, as a matter of fact, and I've seen him in settings with his own grandson. I once ribbed him. I was at his dacha, and there was a tennis pro around there. I said, Mr. President, you keep this professional around here where you can play him and he lets you beat him. And, oh, no, he said, that's for my grandson. Well, I would never let him beat me. But there's that kind of, he has a light side to him as well as a serious side. He can be very tough. Very tough.
Well, we've seen the serious side, and perhaps Mr. Clinton is seeing that here today, too.
It's very important that they develop a personal relationship. I think they will.
Thanks very much, Ambassador Robert Strauss, former U.S. Ambassador to Moscow. Thank you for joining us here in Vancouver. We'll continue to keep you up to date on the outcome of the summit. The summit events continue tomorrow, and CNN will attempt to broadcast the summary news conference by the two presidents when it occurs, probably around 4:30 Eastern Time on Sunday. This is Ralph Begleiter, CNN, reporting live from Vancouver.
In about half an hour, White House Communications Director George Stephanopoulos is expected to hold a briefing on the first round of talks. CNN will carry it live about 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
The United Nations Security Council says stronger sanctions against what's left of Yugoslavia are now more likely. Council members met today to discuss the blocking of a UN aid convoy by Bosnian Serbs. The UN condemned Serbs for hindering efforts to feed and evacuate civilians in the besieged city of Srebrenica. UN officials say Serb generals have promised the convoy will be allowed to continue its journey tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Bosnian Serb parliament has rejected a peace plan to divide Bosnia into 10 semi-autonomous provinces. CNN's Peter Collins has more on that.
The 68 delegates of the Bosnian Serb parliament spent 2 days discussing the Vance-Owen plan with maps of its proposed territorial division of Bosnia on the wall to guide them. Delegate after delegate arose to denounce as unfair the amount of land and economic resources allocated under the plan to Serbs. Their leader and chief negotiator is the Bosnian Serb president, Radovan Karadzic.
We simply can't accept it as it is right now, but we do think that this conflict can't be ended without talks face to face.
That is what the Serbs want now. Talks face-to-face with their Croatian and Muslim adversaries with no mediation from Vance and Owen, as well as, of course, a better deal on the division of land in Bosnia. The Serb army controls 70% of Bosnia now and would have to give up some under Vance-Owen. While holding out for this, the Serbs are also saying that only 10% of the Vance-Owen division of Bosnia remains in dispute, and they suggest the current ceasefire continue to reopen talks. The parliament rejected a moderately worded resolution in favor of a harder line document warning against international pressure and military intervention.
If we don't make a just solution, then foreign troops can make it much worse and can escalate the war.
As this session of the Bosnian Serb parliament wound down, it was clear that far from feeling a need to compromise, most of the delegates here favor a hard line in the peace talks. Perhaps with a view to appearing moderate in the eyes of the West, the Serb leadership is saying it's open to more negotiation. The reality is the Vance-Owen plan has again been rejected, nothing has changed, and the Serbs appear determined, if necessary, to stand alone. Peter Collins, CNN, Bilica, Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Talk of compromise is coming from frustrated Democratic senators after Republicans again blocked efforts to push an economic stimulus package through Congress. In a bid to end the GOP filibuster, failing for a second straight day, Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell and Minority Leader Bob Dole spoke privately later to try to end the impasse. They'll meet again Monday when another vote could be taken. Republicans charge President Clinton's $16 billion job creation bill is pork barrel politics. Democrats say their opponents are creating political gridlock. And across the Potomac River, a ceremony to honor the mothers of those American soldiers who died in war. This plaque paying tribute to the Gold Star mothers. The ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery also included the planting of a Blue Atlas cedar tree. Gold stars are traditionally given to mothers whose sons died in war. The stars often are displayed in the front windows of their homes. Still to come on The World Today, Los Angeles gets ready for a verdict in the second Rodney King trial, but the city is keeping quiet about those preparations.
Melting snow is causing problems for people in the northeastern states. Ted Textor will have more of the weather picture.
And coming up in sports, it's ladies first in the Final Four. We'll have all that and more when The World Today continues.
The World Today is brought to you by Advil for headaches, muscle aches, fever, backaches. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Flu season hits every year, and every year you're not prepared. You get the headache, the muscle ache, the sore throat, the fever. And I get the Advil.
For flu pains and even fever, one Advil is as effective as 2 regular-strength Tylenol, and it's gentler to your stomach than aspirin.
Hey, if I'm gonna get the flu, at least I know I can count on Advil.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
What?
This is not working. I can get a temp, but the temp won't know the software.
No, I got it. I just can't open it.
Changing the vertical alignment will change.
Oh, nobody knows it. Nobody uses it.
An insertion point. What?
I really didn't want my husband to color his gray hair.
But then I discovered this, the hair coloring called Just for Men.
And now he looks better than ever.
Simply apply Just for Men and in 5 minutes rinse. Just for Men blends away the gray for a totally natural look. No wonder 8 out of 10 women prefer the Just for Men look to the gray look.
It's like you took off 10 years.
And in just 5 minutes.
Just for Men. She'll love the way you look.
Sunday, it's the same material as some golf clubs, and it's helping the Singapore boy get up and go. And Down Under, it's not too glamorous, but it's a golden gimmick. On CNN World Report, 3 p.m. Eastern Sunday.
NBA Sunday on TNT. Every time Patrick Ewing visits David Robinson, they throw a block party. Woo! Sunday, the Big Kids Jam. Knicks versus Spurs. Sunday at 8 on TNT.
Los Angeles officials say they are quietly preparing for any eventuality after the second Rodney King beating trial is over. After 4 police officers were acquitted in last year's trial, violence and mayhem erupted in south central Los Angeles. Some 50 people were killed and damage to the city reached $1 billion. At a town hall meeting last night, Los Angeles Police Chief Willie Williams assured city residents that mistakes made in 1992 will not be repeated when this verdict is handed down.
We have said if there is a small or large disturbance, you're going to see thousands of officers working around the clock in a different configuration than we had last year. Mutual aid is in place that if by some chance we need extra assistance, it'll be here. It'll be here within a matter of hours rather than a matter of days with the equipment that is necessary.
The defense in the Rodney King case rested unexpectedly last week, making the possibility of a verdict likely in the next few weeks.
Around a California gold rush town, many are defending the mother who dispensed frontier justice against a man accused of molesting her son. Ellie Nestler shot and killed Daniel Driver at his trial yesterday. He was charged with molesting 5 boys. Nestler's family says Driver smirked at the family as he entered court. Driver had a previous conviction for child molesting. On the steps of Michigan's Capitol building, supporters of Dr. Jack Kevorkian rallied in support of the so-called suicide doctor. Those calling themselves friends of Kevorkian clashed with a handful of demonstrators who called Kevorkian a murderer. The Michigan man has helped 15 people commit suicide.
Well, big weekend in college basketball. Vince Cellini is here with all the details. Vince?
Thank you, Andrea. The men's NCAA Final Four involves 4 aces in New Orleans, 3 top seeds, and a number 2 cranking it up in the Superdome. They are underway. In Game 1, North Carolina is facing Kansas. Now, North Carolina is making its 11th trip to the Final Four, second only to UCLA, which made it 13 times. And Carolina is leading in the first half with about 7 minutes left, 29-20. It's the second time in 3 years these 2 teams have met in the national semis. The winner there will meet the winner of the second semifinal game, Kentucky and Michigan squaring off immediately after. Michigan in its second consecutive Final Four and third in 5 years. Well, the ladies completed their Final Four activity. Ohio State and Iowa went overtime in Atlanta. Ohio State in the white uniforms and off a rebound on the break. Audrey Bursey, nice bounce pass to Avril Roberts for the layup. Roberts had 16 points. The Lady Buckeyes led by 8 points in the first half, but Iowa battled back. Tony Foster win the paint. The drive, and count it. This game is tied at 49. Now in overtime. Under a minute left, Ohio State led by 2 and had the ball, but Iowa comes up with a steal. 3-on-1 break, and Tia Jackson will finish up to tie the game at 72. Ohio State hit a free throw. They lead 73-72. Iowa with a chance in the final 10 seconds, but Erin trips as she is dribbling the basketball, loses control, time runs out. Ohio State wins 73-72 to be the first Big Ten team to reach the finals. The Lady Buckeyes will meet Texas Tech. Texas Tech a winner over top-ranked Vanderbilt earlier in the day. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech. In the first half, Vanderbilt in the gold uniforms with a steal. Rhonda Blades all the way for the layup. And Vanderbilt with a 2-point lead, their final lead of the game. Texas Tech now with the basketball. Shot clock winding down. Krista Kirkland hits a 3-pointer. Marcia Sharp's team led by 2 at the half, 28-26. Second half, Texas Tech with a miss. But Cheryl Swoops, the player of the year, rebounds and comes up with a layup. She finished with 31 points, 11 rebounds, and Texas Tech runs away to reach the finals. And now we head to a break, but coming up, a new head basketball coach for South Carolina. We'll talk about it.
Cadillac has the answers to the questions you ask every day.
It's really slippery. Can you stop in time?
Don't you feel safer having it?
The Cadillac DeVille has the answers important to you, plus a $2,000 bonus direct from Cadillac. And with a special edition DeVille, you'll save $1,490 on valuable options for a total of $3,490. Cadillac DeVille, changing the way you think about American automobiles.
AT&T.
This could be real life. This could be someone's wife, or daughter, or sister. Or this could be you, because this could happen to anyone. In recent years, there have been nearly 1 million assaults annually, and statistics show that it's not getting any better. It's getting worse. But there is a product that can help even the odds. Original Mace. Now legally available, Mace is easy to carry and easy to use. Carry Mace, and you'll feel an added sense of security. Mace shoots a powerful stream up to 12 feet and can instantly stop an assailant for up to 20 minutes. Any upper body contact causes severe tearing, shortness of breath, and disorientation. Carry Mace, just in case.
One week ago, South Carolina's basketball program was jilted by Bobby Cremens, who decided to stay at Georgia Tech. Today, anger in Columbia turned to laughs as wisecracking Eddie Fogler left his post at Vanderbilt to accept the job with the Gamecocks. Fogler is 44 years old, spent 4 seasons at Vandy, including this year's regular season SEC championship campaign. He signed a 5-year deal. Vanderbilt has set no timetable for a replacement. And finally, baseball news is 15-year veteran Dale Murphy of the Phillies mutually agreeing with the team to his release so that he can sign with the expansion Colorado Rockies. Murphy was hampered by knee problems last season, played only 18 games. He is 2 home runs shy of 400. And we remind you to catch CNN Sports Saturday, 7:30 Eastern Time. Bob Lorenz and I will recap the day in sport, including NCAA men's highlights and a preview of 3-time National League defending champion in the Eastern Division, the Pittsburgh Pirates. We hope to see you then. Now let's return to David French.
Thanks, Vince. America's latest kid craze, Barney the Dinosaur and Baby Bop, made recent appearances on backpacks, but the bags are being recalled for their lead content. The New Jersey manufacturer is recalling the bags and backpacks after tests revealed that they contained excess levels of lead. About 650,000 of the Barney bags were sold between October and March at Macy's, Sears, and Toys R Us stores. No injuries or illnesses have been reported. A youngster's a little shaken today, but his dad says he's unhurt after falling into a 6-foot hole. The 9-year-old with Down syndrome was rescued yesterday after spending more than an hour in the hole. Firefighters used shovels and other equipment to rescue him from the hole where a telephone pole used to sit.
Residents of the Northeast are getting soaked by floods caused by the spring thaw. In Wayne, New Jersey, 2 of the hardest hit neighborhoods are under 4 to 5 feet of water. Melting snow in the mountains has swollen rivers in a 3-state area. Emergency officials say the ground is saturated. 2 or 3 weeks of sunny and dry weather is needed before the rivers can recede. Well, Ted Textor is here to tell us if any of that sunshine and dry weather is in the forecast. Ted?
We do have something to tell you about, Andrea. There also is some flooding problem now in Iowa and Wisconsin as well. A lot of snow has been melting the past few days. We have rains to the south primarily through Missouri on into southern Illinois and southward. Some of this is becoming very heavy, has been throughout the afternoon down across eastern parts of Texas. And on the watch now in the western sections as the front moves into that area. Could be some severe weather. We'll keep you posted. Keep an eye on the sky as well. North and eastern United States, southern parts of Quebec, Ontario as well. Some light snow showers falling there, and that will likely continue another day or so. Some more snow, but not an awful lot. Throughout the day tomorrow, still more rain showers right through the heartland of the nation of Kansas, Missouri, southward into the Gulf region. And all of this now is pushing to the east, so in places like the Texas or the Oklahoma
wrong panhandle. The Florida panhandle, you're likely going to see more rain right on into the afternoon and evening tomorrow. And also across the north and eastern United States, southern Canada, once again, the snow showers on the light side continue. North and western United States up into British Columbia, more rain showers there. Get into the higher elevations and a little bit of snow. Mainly it will be rain here. Into Sunday evening then, still it pushes to the east. Both the storm systems, the one in the south, the one in the west, they're making more rain than anything else, and still the wet weather in the south and eastern United States, the Ohio, the Tennessee River Valley, more rain showers to start you off on Monday. Tomorrow afternoon now into Sunday, still very cold, north and central United States to the south, a bit milder, especially South Florida. It will be in the 70s and 80s there, the southern, southwestern sections of the United States as well into Old Mexico. When we come back, we're going to Europe and other places. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
This Final Four report is brought to you by Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And by Dollar Rent-A-Car, right on the airport, right on the money.
It's not just a high-performance tire. It's a Michelin. So it does things ordinary tires just can't do. The XGT series from Michelin.
I hadn't been on vacation in so long, I couldn't wait to grab my luggage and get to the beach. I had to get to Dollar Rent-A-Car fast. I knew they were right on the airport with low rates.
Welcome to Dollar.
Hello, I have a car rental reservation.
No problem. I'll just punch it up on the computer. Dollar Rent-A-Car is right on the airport, right on the money, with unlimited mileage and locations worldwide. Call your travel consultant or Dollar at 1-800-800-4000.
It's not just a high-performance tire. It's a Michelin. So it does things ordinary tires just can't do. The XGT series from Michelin.
My teeth are sensitive. They hurt.
That's a warning. That's why dentists choose Sensodyne to help stop the pain that can make you stop brushing, could lead even to tooth loss.
I got the warning. Then I got Sensodyne.
Trust Sensodyne, the dentist's choice for sensitive teeth.
The screwball. The foul ball. The pop fly. Catch all the action of Baseball 93 next Saturday on CNN.
To truly understand Asia's global influence, CNN presents a special half-hour look at Asia's business, politics, and people from the heart of the region. Join Bernard Shaw for Focus Asia, Sunday, 1:30 Eastern on CNN.
Around the world we go. We'll make a stop in the European continent and show you some, well, dicey weather, a little bit of rain through the mid-sections of the continent. Then as you go to the west, it will be clearing somewhat over the next 12, 24 hours in western parts of France, down through Spain, Portugal as well. You'll see some cloud cover there, but not much in the way of rain. Yet more showers, though, across the British Isles, especially in Scotland and back across Ireland. And then go eastward in rain showers up and down the continent all the way into the Mediterranean. Across Italy as well, more rain showers and low pressure bringing in kind of a little bit of a chillier north and westerly breeze. Down into the Middle East, mainly in the clear there, but northward now, especially in western parts of Russia, likely snow showers on and off. To the Pacific Rim, and want to tell you about more rain that will be developing now with a wave that's moving eastward. The rain developing across southern parts of Japan. To the north, perhaps a flake or two of snow, and certainly northward into the Russian Maritime, some snow showers will be falling. Then another front, another wave is moving across Mongolia, so snow showers associated with it. Go to Southeast Asia, across Vietnam, southern sections into Cambodia and Laos, likely some rain showers there too, and across Indonesia, Micronesia, a scattering of showers. We're watching now across India and to the north, mainly clearing here. Well to the south, you can't see it here, but another tropical disturbance is developing in the central part of the Indian Ocean. Now, some detailed forecasts for cities across North America. weather all over the place, and I hope it's good for you throughout the rest of the weekend. Now here's David in Washington.
And Ted, another reminder for most of the U.S. to spring forward tonight. Daylight saving time returning at 2 a.m. tomorrow, which, after a quick clock adjustment, becomes 3 a.m. This annual ritual that affects or afflicts much of the U.S. adds an extra hour of evening light through the summer. We'll fall back to standard time October 31st.
Memphis, 25 years after the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. We'll have a report on the state of race relations in the southern city tonight on Prime News at 8 p.m. Eastern. For The World Today, I'm Andrea Arceneaux at CNN Center in Atlanta.
I'm David French in Washington. I'll be back with our top stories right after this.
Crescent, our people make the difference. Friendly professionals ready to help you find the right car, truck, or van at the right price and provide reliable, convenient service after the sale. Crescent Chevrolet Geo, downtown for 60 years.
Friendly Crescent Chevrolet.
I've been eating A.E. cottage cheese for years. Some people think it's just for diets, but I'm smarter than that. Mommy and Daddy serve it with lots of foods that I can't even pronounce. But I like it right out of the carton. And in case you didn't know, the small curds were made in small cottages, and the large curds were made in large cottages.
A.E. Cottage Cheese. It's not just for diets anymore.
I knew that.